Hello, larger worlds. Today, the Bafta nominations came out, aka the Britain's answer to the Oscars. Now, to get on with it, let's get on to Best Film. Best Film: Arrival, I, Daniel Blake, La La Land, Manchester by Sea, Moonlight. Arrival, at the moment, my favourite film of the year, but it may change once I may see Silence or La La Land coming this weekend. Who knows? I, Daniel Blake. That film has been very big in Britain, my home country. Especially, it talks about the mortgage crisis, and it kind of compared it well to the ongoing Brexit crisis we're having. And it's so much so that even Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn even watched the movie. La La Land, like I mentioned in my Golden Globes video, it's thought to be could be one of the best films of ever, probably of this decade, along with Moonlight and Manchester by Sea. It's proof that us Brits can relate to the Manchester we have here and the Manchester America have in New England. Outstanding British movie. There is American Honey, Denial, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I, Daniel Blake, Notes on Blindness, and Under the Shadow. American Honey, aka Shia LaBeouf's comeback. Denial, the only time I've just figured out outside a big blockbuster film that, well, the UK and that I found out the British movies finally got the same release date as the Americans. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, a Harry Potter prequel that's brilliant. At least it's not Star Wars prequels, except it isn't Rogue One. I, Daniel Blake, like I said, the Labour leader, watched it. Notes of Blindness, don't know anything about it. Under the Shadow, Mark Kermode's favourite film for the year, his least favourite, Dirty Grandpa. Okay, I think one personally predicting for Best Picture could be La La Land or Arrival or Moonlight. Best British Film, probably I, Daniel Blake or Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Best Director, Damien Chazelle, La La Land, Tom Ford, Nocturnal Animals, Ken Lynch, I, Daniel Blake, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by Sea, and Denis Villeneuve for Arrival. Very tough list it is. There's the guy that directed Whiplash, the guy that came back after a 7-year hiatus, the director your parents may be familiar with, and he's now in his 80s, and his directorial debut after writing the Martin Scorsese's Gangs of New York, and probably Ridley Scott for This Generation. Speaking of Martin Scorsese, I'm a bit surprised that Martin Scorsese's new film that just came out on New Year's Day called Silence, which is basically two Jesuit priests travel to Japan to find their mentor and also trying to avoid prosecution. I think for me it's going to be probably Damien Chazelle for La La Land or Denis Villeneuve for Arrival. Best Actress. Okay. Amy Adams for Arrival, Emily Blunt, The Girl on the Train, Natalie Portman, Jackie, Emma Stone, La La Land, Meryl Streep for Lawrence Foster and Jenkins. Meryl Streep, she recently did the anti-Trump stint on the Golden Globes, but I preferred Hugh Laurie's. I can't remember, but yeah. And also, Emma Stone did back at it again after Birdman. And Natalie Portman could be her biggest role since Black Swan and Star Wars prequels, but Star Wars prequels not really that great, to be honest. And Amy Adams for Arrival. Yeah, it's also a big year for her, including another film, Nocturnal Animals. Think me, it's probably going to be Emma Stone for La La Land, maybe that. Leading actor, Kelsey Affleck for Manchester by Sea, Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Jake Gyllenhaal, Nocturnal Animals, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic. Okay, for Captain Fantastic, I I heard bits and brags about it, including a plot, which I can't explain right now, but okay. And my dad watched it on a plane to New York. Particularly tight one. It's pretty much I'm seeing this as a two-way horse race between Kelsey Affleck for Manchester by Sea and Ryan Gosling in La La Land. And supporting actress, Viola Davis for Fences, Naomi Harris for Moonlight, Nicole Kidman for Lion, Hilary Squills or Squirrels for I Daniel Blake, and Michelle Williams for Manchester by Sea. Okay, my bet is definitely going to be going for Naomi Harris for Moonlight. Supporting actor, Mahershala Ali. Again, if I pronounce it wrong, please correct me. For Moonlight, Jeff Bridges, Hell and High Water, Hugh Grant, Florence Foster Jenkins, Dave Platine, Lion, and Aaron Taylor Johnson for Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, afterwards is a prize win for from Aaron Taylor Johnson for Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, I think it could be Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, or it could be a two in a row for Aaron Taylor Johnson. Original screenplay: Hell or High Water, I Daniel Blake, La La Land, Manchester by Sea, Moonlight. Moonlight is kind of something like Boyhood instead of being filmed like over a decade. I think it's just filmed. Yeah, it kind of consists of a kid, a teenager, and an adult of the same character all in one movie. It's technically a African American man who's pretty much trying to find his self-identity throughout his life in the poor neighborhoods of Miami, Florida. I could go for Moonlight there, but there's a strong coming, but I sense strongly for La La Land, but it could be that. Adapted screenplay: Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, Hidden Figures, Lion, and Nocturnal Animals. Could be Arrival, could be Nocturnal Animals, could be anyone. Could be anyone. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, producer. Girl with All the Gifts, Hard Stop, Notes on Blindness, The Past, Under the Shadow. I think best film I've probably not seen, or probably going to catch it up on an art store cinema. I think the one I've heard most about is either Under the Shadow or Girl with All the Gifts. I think I'll go for these two because film not in English language. To be aware. Just to alert you, these films may have came out in other countries or in the US last year, but they came out in my home country, Britain. So please still like there's Dupin, Juliet, Mustang, Son of Saul. That was a very big movie when it came out, and Toriel Edelman. And there's No Ellie, directed by Paul Verhoeven. I think definitely for Son of Saul, it was like the Schindler's List of 2010s. It was pretty massive, and also one of the best things Hungary has to offer since ever. Documentary: Beatles 8 Days a Week, The Eagle Huntress, Notes on Blindness, 13th, Wiener. Wiener. Okay, 8 Days a Week, which is just Beatles touring years and being the best thing Liverpool has to offer since Liverpool and Everton. Eagle Huntress, after Force Awakens, Daisy Ridley produced and narrated a Mongolian girl with her eagle. Note of Blindness, I don't know much about that. 13th, technically directed by the same lady that did Cinema. It's basically about a documentary of how African Americans are often criminalized and all that. And Wiener, which is a movie I watched on plane to New York. Basically about Anthony Weiner's controversial campaign to be mayor of New York, ranging from having arguments with Jewish elderlies and pretty much having shots of his penis and put them on Twitter for a student. Animated film for this time, but if you remember last year, that it doesn't have much of a big diversity. They're all really American-made movies, not Japanese nor Europeans. Yeah. It kind of bothers me a tad. at least one of these movies are probably going to be nominated Oscars. Just to forewarn you. There's Finding Dory, Cooper and Two Strings, Moana, Zootopia. Yeah, Finding Dory. I spent 13 years waiting. I did my waiting. 13 years of it. That's me when Finding Dory came out, and I liked it really. My favourite character, Gerald. Cooper and Two Strings, better check it out. Moana, probably check it out, but there's Zootopia. Or Zootopolis, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it technically it's an animated film that lightly touches on the theme of discrimination and all that without getting too R-rated or too ballistic or too mental. I think probably Zootopia, that's the one I'm definitely rooting for. Original music, Arrival by Johan Johansson, Jackie by Michelle Levine, La La Land by Justin Hurwitz, Lion by Dustin O'Hara and Horaski, Nocturnal Albums by Abel Korzeniowski. Nocturnal Animals, which I'm not going to pronounce that name again. Technically, I think the best score is probably at the opening credits where there's the elderly obese nude cheerleaders technically used as erotic acts. And there's Arrival, which used some Max Richter works. With Mark Richter, who's known for World's Bizarre. But I think I'm going to go with either Arrival or Nocturnal Animals. Cinematography, Arrival, Hell or High Water, La La Land, Lion, Nocturnal Animals. I think probably La La Land or Arrival. Maybe that. Editing, Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Manchester by Sea, and Nocturnal Animals. I think maybe could be Nocturnal Animals, maybe La La Land or Arrival. I'm just a bit swingy at the moment. Okay, production design, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them, Hail Caesar, La La Land, and Nocturnal Animals. Doctor Strange, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a Marvel movie that kind of touches on fantasy and magicalness and all that, and philosophical meaning. Fantastic Beasts, a great film by J.K. Rowling. Hail Caesar, an okay film by the Coen Brothers. La La Land, from the looks of it, I'm going to watch it. Just, you're going to expect a review of me, please. Nocturnal Animals, production design wise, I think noble sets like the Mexican desert, the museum in Los Angeles, and Amy Adams' character's house. I think probably either Hail Caesar. I think I'm trying to roll in for Hail Caesar or La La Land. Costumes, Allied, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him, Florence Jenkins, Jackie, and La La Land. Probably in terms of costumes, I probably like Jackie's costume. Probably could be that, maybe. Makeup and hair, Doctor Strange, Florence Foster Jenkins, Hacksaw Ridge, Nocturnal Animals, Rogue One, Star Wars Story. I think definitely for Doctor Strange, Tilda Swinton, the Scottish actress, although despite her controversial casting outside of Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell, she went bold. Not bold like me, like bold to the skin. Yeah, I think probably that. And also Benedict Cumberbatch grew a beard. Could go for Doctor Strange. Sound, Arrival, Deepwater Horizon, Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them. So I just tilting my camera a tad because I'm kind of shrinking it a tad. Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land. Hacksaw Ridge. Like I said, I've sure said this earlier. It's Mel Gibson's first directorial film for decades since Apocalypto and Passion of Christ, which was very controversial with violence and anti-Semitic tones. I think probably it's a very competitive one. Probably Arrival, I'm guessing, or La La Land. That's getting loads of awards. Last and not leastly, special effects. And I've watched all the movies. I know which is good. Arrival, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, Jungle Book, and Rogue One, Star Wars Story. I think for Rogue One, Star Wars Story, it's been controversial since Carrie Fisher's death. Technically, that People are like, okay, we could do it, and some like, oh, that didn't work at all. Some were a bit put off with it, while others kind of liked it. Well, I didn't kind of mind really. Jungle Book. Yeah, it's been praised by animal rights group for not harming animals and relying mostly on CG related animals. And Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It kind of reminds me of 1920s New York, and it kind of reminds me of present day New York when I went there. Doctor Strange. I think one of the things like to show that the Grand Master pretty much going around London and pretty much tripping on balls on LSD, or Stephen Strange going to Nepal and pretty much go high on LSD again. Arrival, despite costing less than $50 million to make, it pretty much I think it's just really just like this huge ship that kind of reminds me of a Crave cereal. Yeah, I think it's probably that, and that it pretty much. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not going to give it away for you. It's just how it just ends. It's just beautiful. And there you have it. My thoughts on the Bafta Nominations. So yeah, bye.